Hey guys, Baller here, talking about February 3rd NBA game day. This is a game between Washington Wizards and Miami Heat. Before we start, I'm just asking everyone who have not subscribed in our YouTube channel yet, Baller, just bash on that subscribe button below, and also include that bell logo beside it. All right, so again, Washington Wizards versus Miami Heat. Let's check on their standings before we talk about those two teams. Miami Heat is actually number 13 of the Eastern Conference with 7 wins and 13 losses. They just lost their previous game, while Washington Wizards, they also lost their game last night against Portland. They're number 15 of the East with 4 wins and 13 losses. So there you go. We're talking about two teams who are really messing up their, their lives in the in this year's or in this season's NBA. Hopefully, they'd be able to recover soon. If they would want themselves to have a chance to get into the playoffs somehow. Um, looking at the looking at the details, this one would be held at Miami, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So Miami obviously has the home court advantage. Washington Wizards played last night against Portland Trailblazers. So aside from the home court advantage, Miami should also be enjoying the fatigue factor edge, so to speak. Um, they also have somehow a better record against Washington Wizards, and hence this -8 spread. Miami -8, Washington Wizards +8. Um, Looking at the injuries or the availabilities of the players, Miami Heat though still has a lot who ain't healthy. There are even some who are already ruled out of this game. Maurice Harkless is out for this game. Chris Silva out for this game. Leonard, he underwent an operation which is season ending. I hope that he would be fine and he'd be back as soon as possible and he'd be okay next season. Well, there are other four players who are listed as day to day or most likely game time decision. So they are Gabe Vincent, Avery Bradley, Goran Dragic, and Tyler Hero. So there are a lot of players who are still unhealthy for Miami Heat, and there are some who ain't even available at all. Now for Washington Wizards, it's just Thomas Bryant, who's actually unavailable because of that ACL injury that he had. And by the way, Neto, but also Raul Neto is not available. He didn't play last night. I think he would still not be available for this game. I think Miami can win this one because of those advantages that they have. They are at home. Washington should be tired because Washington tried to get back in that game against Portland, and they did. At one point, the game was down to, the lead was down to 4 points, and it was as high as 20, right? So, yeah, fatigue must be a factor on this one, really. But the thing about Miami Heat is that they're not themselves, if you know what I'm saying. They're not playing like the way they normally do, and they are missing a lot of players. And Washington Wizards got a lot of players. They have a lot in their roster right now. They're only missing Bryant, and they got of the two of the best players in the world right now. In Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. So you really can't sleep on Washington here. Um, Man, I won't even be surprised if Washington could win this one because of the Miami's lineup. But I gotta respect that. So what I'm doing is that I'm gonna pick Washington Wizards here, but I'm gonna pick the plus Washington Wizards +8 because again, I'm still not satisfied with how Miami is playing despite the fact that Butler is back. Um, I still don't see any consistency, continuity, and any good flow in Heat's gameplay. So I'm picking Washington Wizards on this +8. All right. For those who got Facebook accounts, you can also visit our Facebook page. That's Passe Baller. To make it easier for you, I created a button in our YouTube channel, upper right hand corner. Just click that, and then it will bring you to that page. Just follow and like that page. That way, you can also reach us via Messenger. You can send us messages or questions if you want or need to. Stay there. There are only 2 more games left for this game day. Peace out. Passe love and God bless.